card and discount cards upload this to NSA. They were even doing that, by the way, before the attack. Police asked stores to take fingerprints. Arlington police are asking businesses to voluntarily participate in a program to take customers' fingerprints if they pay by check. Read on into the article, that means by credit card or debit card as well. And they claim it's going to stop fraud. But we know that the city of Arlington has taken money by some of the big biometric companies. Because who's going to want to get ink all over their hands? Oh no, they got $100 hand scanners for you. And it just so happens these technologies were developed by the Defense Department and transferred to companies like Visionics and North American Morpho Systems. Houston Chronicle, it's kind of touch and go. Kroger's and H-E-B food stores putting in thumb scanners. Plan to go statewide in the state of Texas. You better boycott and protest that, ladies and gentlemen. Cashless society inevitable. A boost to globalist taxers. Again, the UN and the OECD just met in The Hague in the Netherlands and in Washington and called for thumb scanning and face scanning to buy and sell or national ID cards to have a global tax so you can't escape an 85% tax level, which they are pushing for. Don't think it will happen? Yes, it will incrementally. Shops try chips for tracking every move by a client. Monitoring system, note what catches customers' eyes. This report says that Walmart, Sears, Target, everybody, starting next year, is going to put tiny 3-cent microchips in the clothes, the shoes, Campbell's suit cams, Kraft, Procter & Gamble. It's going to be all in the clothes, all over your body. And when you leave, they'll scan your name, whether you like it or not, onto the purchase. And they're going to have radio readers around town. Walmart's already wired a major city in Arkansas with this system, the Washington Post reported. Again, this is the Washington Post, ladies and gentlemen. And this was posted in the San Francisco Chronicle. So, how are they promoting microchips? I'm sure I don't have to tell you that they're all over the news saying we've had kidnappings, put microchips in the children. And I made films about that years ago and got laughed at, and now it's all over the news. Put microchips in the children for their safety. Why, we've been doing it with doggies for years.
Do you know how to keep your children safe? We'll tell you tonight.
In the next year, you'll be able to use your teen's cell phone to locate them 24/7. Younger children will get a small global positioning device hidden in their wristwatch or backpack. And just around the next high-tech corner, an electronic chip like this that can be implanted under your kid's skin.
Let's say children in your community start wearing wristwatches with GPS devices in them. Can't that only be a good thing for the community if it keeps children safe?
I would love that. I mean, what's a parent's fear?
I think it's a parent's obligation to ensure that their children have a chance to mature, to grow, to realize their potential. And if it means it's Big Brother, so be it.
You got to do what you got to do to keep your kids safe. Civil libertarians, eat your hearts out.
Civil libertarians, eat your hearts out.
Applied Digital Solutions could track human beings by satellite. All right, we got the Van Dams, we got this little girl Elizabeth Smart, we got this girl in Pennsylvania, we got Samantha Runyon, we got this other little girl, one after another, after another, after another, after another. And parents around America saying, we can't even allow our kids to play in the front yard. Is there anything, technologically speaking, that they can do that could help in a situation like a kidnapping? Is there, for example, a microchip, a watch, a tracking device we can use for our kids?
We are working on a product that we have called internally a PLD. PLD stands for Personal Locating Device, which is an implantable GPS for which our company owns a patent and can be implanted surgically in the clavicle area of a child or someone that you are interested in tracking. It is the first implantable microchip for humans that has multiple security, financial, and healthcare applications.
One thing I would just suggest, I'm just an outside, soon-to-be investor. I love this idea, by the way, Scott. I think this is great.
Thank you, Sean.
Put it in earrings, put it in a cross, make it smaller, maybe not implantable, and I think let parents choose. It's not the government, so I like it. But
we're currently working on those applications.
Good.
And I hear music, so thank you for having me.
Give me a cut, Scott. No, all the best. Thank you.
Thank
I think
you.
it's a great product. I really do.
Fort Worth Star Telegram. Fearful parents turn to privacy devices. Gets into the microchips. This report comes from the Air Force website. It was also on the Federation of American Scientists. They explain how they're going to get you to accept implantable microchips. It says the PR implications, how they're going to use the media to condition the public to take microchips. This was from January of 2000. Rental car companies may be tracking you via GPS. And now they've admitted that most new cars have satellite tracker boxes already in them. They've started taxing people in England with the satellite tracker boxes. And I've read the federal documents where they plan to start taxing and tracking us with satellite tracking boxes in our cars here as well. And in Los Angeles and north of L.A., they're going to make you carry a transponder tracker. That was in the New York Times. I mean, this is getting too out of control. College seeks security in thumbs. Colleges, to buy and sell, to get their lunches, to get into their libraries, got a thumb scan. Again, training of generations. They're doing this with the junior high and middle school and elementary school kids. They're making them thumb scan to get their lunches. Training them for the cashless society. No cash allowed, getting them into the control grid. I also wanted to talk, just to warn you, about the hundreds of reports confirming dozens of vaccines full of cancer viruses. That's why cancer's up by 400%. This is out of the National Post of Canada. Cancer linked to vaccine foul by monkey virus. Vaccine cancer scare. This out of the New York Post. And again, the UN says they want to control our populations. DNA test links autism to measles, mumps, and rubella. They have found it in autistic children, almost all autistic children. Autism was unheard of before the MMR shot. Now they found this antibody, a hormone just so happens to be in the shot that attacks the cerebral cortex. Normally it just causes a lowering of IQ in the child. But the government wants a total loss of IQ, ladies and gentlemen. DNA test links autism to MMR. This is out of the Sunday Herald. Scotland on Sunday. Blood test link MMR to autism. Hundreds of top reports, ladies and gentlemen, from all over the world. Here's another one. Virus engineered to sterilize pest. Washington Times. Reason I covered this article from August, because years ago I saw articles about the tetanus shots being used to sterilize third world women. And now you look at our people in the West, no matter what color they are, they're losing their fertility. 75% sperm counts down, women way down, fertility way down. Look at this. Look at this again. Virus engineered to sterilize pests. Exactly how the UN got caught doing it, they're now doing it for other mammals. And they see us as pests. Vaccinations from Austin clinics could be bad. This is just where I live. You know, this stuff is everywhere, folks. It's out of the Houston Chronicle. There's no place to hide. Amazing story. They now have ultrasonic radar that can look through your walls and look at the ventricles of your heart. Wired magazine. 5 years ago, I saw reports of this. They're giving them to police departments. The older versions that just see a black and white image of you in your home. Crisp and clean image. Folks, this is a violation of every canon of a free society. And since they've gotten all these technologies, have we been safe? No, we've been attacked by terrorists. Feds open total tech spy system, also from Wired News. They call it the Total Information Awareness Network, and their symbol is the all-seeing eye of the Illuminati, right off of DARPA's own website. Delaware police compile database of future suspects. I interviewed the city council member. They're compiling names of the Kiwanis Club, of the Second Amendment groups. It came out in Denver, Colorado, the Denver Post. 3,000 plus people's names, 300 plus groups. They had photos. They had files on Kiwanis, NRA, liberal preachers, conservative preachers, on everybody. They won't control our borders, but they got files on the American people. Because we're the cattle. We're the producers. I'm not trying to scare you here, folks. It's gone so far, we got to tell the truth. Delaware police database on future subjects, people who've never committed crimes. Associated Press, pre-crime. U.S. report foretells a brave new world. I talked to these folks. U.S. National Science Foundation says we will all be implanted with microchips in our brains in the next 20 years. Same thing the Air Force and Federation of American Scientists said. This from the Sydney Morning Herald. It says we will all have chips put in our heads. This is the U.S. government's plan. They've done everything they said they'd do. Now, they blow up cities with nukes, which they've said is going to happen. They claim it's some shadowy, Goldstein enemy right out of 1984. Bill Joy, co-owner of Sun Microsystems, author of the